I know the general area just for training purposes, but I don't know where it is. But I don't really want to know where it is most of the time because I want to learn to trust my dog and let him tell me where it is, and then I would call it. When we go to certify, there'll be a test, and you'll enter a room, and there'll be drugs in there. You won't know where. You'll just know there'll be a drug in there. You have 3 minutes to find it, and you have to call it. So the dog will give his indication, and you'll have to say where it is. And you have to be really close. You can't just say it's in that corner. You have to say it's in the top, one of the top 2 drawers or whatever. So you have to be able to say with pretty much certainty that the dog is accurate and doing what you're supposed to do. Otherwise, you know, it's just not going to hold up in court. So what we'll do is we'll let him search.
Come here.
And usually, with the situation permitting, if you guys can see standing in the corner back there, just don't, you know, get in his way or anything. But he won't bother you. Good boy. Pop. Good boy. It's okay. Now, what I have to watch as a handler is for behavior change, breathing change. Come on. Sit. Bowie, sit. Bowie. Sit. Through everything. You guys back up just a little bit. What is your malfunction?
I think it's in the ice chest. Ice now in the ice chest?
He's getting frustrated. I think he's just wound up. This is Murphy's Law, by the way, folks. Yes. Yes. Come on, Suk. Keep going. Come on, check low. Are there drugs in the ice chest? There you go. There we go. Now see, it took me a minute with that one. It's really because he's wound up. I'm trying to suck it out. Suck it out. The way I know he's lying to me over here is because I don't get the breathing and the behavior change that you're looking for. And so you can see, and it's really hard to tell somebody who doesn't know what they're looking for. Show them where it is.
That's the method of marijuana.
But you have to look for a behavior change, and that's where learning your dog is so important. Because I know because he's wound up, there's like 90 people standing around watching him, he's in a confined space surrounded by all these people, he's a little crazy. So he just wants to get it over with because he's been sitting patiently and all this stuff. So you have to know that about your dog, and that's the hardest thing to learn as a handler. Is I know when he's sitting there banging on this lid over here, there's no behavior change. He hasn't given me any of the indications, and that's what I have to be able to articulate in court, is that he gave me an indication, he gave me the breathing change, he gave me the behavior change, he wasn't just jumping around. And you can see it's right down there on the bottom of the door where he said it was. So, but as a handler, I have to know, and that's a good thing to show you too, is that in order for my dog to be reliable, I have to be the one to make the final call to say yes, he's an owner, or no, he's not. And there are times, because they're dogs, you know, just like kids, he just wants to play. And so there are times where they'll be like, you know what, I think I'll just hit right here because I know there's something in here anyway, and I want my toy. So that's what we do. There's another one down that way.
So is that still in the black case?
No.
Okay.
But it wouldn't matter if it was.
Okay, I was wondering about that.
Los. Arnold. Los. Crazy boy. Come here. Come on. We're going to move down this way. Come on. Come on. Come here. You guys just make a hole there for me. Good boy. Suck it. Come on. Suck it. The other thing that you have to do as a handler is you have to make sure that you put your dog in a position to find it. Boy.
You already found it?
Yeah.
Dang, you found it quick.
See. So it's going to be in one of these drawers here. See, there it is, right in the bottom one, the first one where I thought it was. So it's right here, as you can see. But it doesn't, and it hasn't even been sitting there that long. It's been sitting there for like 15 minutes. So it doesn't take much. Their noses are incredibly strong. But so the job, all I'm doing at that point is I'm letting him search, but I'm watching what he's doing, and I'm looking to see, good boy, off. Like, I'm looking to see, I'm looking for the behavior changes that I know are associated with the breathing. They'll clear their nose, they'll blow something out, their head will jerk like you just like pulled it sideways because they'll just go right back and they'll get into that odor cone, and you'll see that change, and then they'll really start trying to find it. That's how they're sourcing, because they're like breathing that in and puffing it out, breathing it in and puffing it out, clearing their nose. And then I'm also watching to make sure that he checks everything. Because he's a dog, he doesn't know that people will hide it in the disk drive of the computer. So I have to put him in it to make sure as he's going through, I watch him search, and I say, he didn't check very high over here, he didn't check very low over there. So after he searches on his own, I'm going to bring him back through, and then where the places that I didn't see him search, I'm going to put him back in those places to make sure that we find it. So, good boy, come here. Good boy. So that's that. I'm going to put Arnold up. So, you guys want to pet Arnold real quick? He's a nice dog. He's just very hyper. And he's got a slobbery toy. You don't want to touch that. That's yucky.
Will he be less hyper as he gets older? Part of this age?
Yeah, they say about 8. Yeah. So when he's about 8 years old, he'll be less hyper, they say. So, all right. So let's say goodbye to Arnold. Come on, buddy. Come on. And we'll go get Robbie.